Okay, Voltron, legendary defender. Picture this. For 10,000 years, the evil King Zarkon and his army of deadly minions known as the Gaura Empire have been taking over the universe one planet at a time, destroying anyone who gets in their way. And the only hope left for the world is a team of 5 teenagers chosen to pilot 5 giant robot lions. These lions combine to form the ultimate Power Ranger Megazord known as Voltron. Holy shit. Okay, so I know next to nothing about the original Voltron series. It was just way before my time, so I never watched it growing up as a kid. What I was a huge fan of growing up as a kid, though, was Power Rangers. I could have probably told you the entire story of everything from Lost Galaxy to Dino Thunder. I was absolutely batshit coco for Power Rangers. My point with this is that I had a bit of a predisposed opinion of the show as soon as I saw the trailer, because Voltron is basically Power Rangers the anime. Or I guess Power Rangers is the live-action Voltron? I think Voltron came first? Anyway, I can't tell you how much I would have loved this franchise as a kid if I'd have known about it, because it has all the elements and tropes that I was and still kind of am a huge sucker for. Like, there are these 5 teenagers, they all have individual robots that form to make a giant, bigger robot. There's a 30-second transformation sequence that plays every single time they form the giant robot. Sparks fly upon battle damage, and of course, the entire team just happens to wear their uniform colours as their casual clothes. All the time. And as much of a soft spot as I have for all of these tropes personally, I have to admit that they are incredibly distracting and redundant, and they just make it really difficult to take the story as seriously as I would if they just weren't there. But other than that, this new Voltron series actually has a lot of legitimate quality to it, and it's not surprising when you look at some of the talent behind this thing. A lot of the writing, directing, and animation teams behind this thing previously worked on Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, 2 of the most esteemed and renowned Western animation shows in the last decade. And you can certainly tell just by watching it, even briefly, just something about the way the characters move, and especially the facial expressions, are extremely reminiscent of Korra. But it seems like for this series they're actually amplified to a degree as well, which I think is probably a good idea, because given the source material they're working with, and the tropes and cliches that come with that I was talking about before, they can't make you take this show too seriously, so at least they're sticking with that silliness through things like the animation. I appreciate that they're approaching this silly premise with a lot of self-awareness about it. In some ways, that self-awareness even assists in immersing you into the story more, because it creates a consistently silly tone, which is a lot less distracting than an inconsistently serious one. The thing is, any kind of critical consensus about this show would depend pretty heavily on whether or not it's trying to be a kids show. As far as kids animated sci-fi adventure shows go, Voltron hits its mark perfectly. I can definitely say without a doubt any little boy who was anything like me when I was 10 is going to love this show. But it seems to me like it's also trying to be taken seriously as an anime, even though it's actually an American show like Korra or Avatar. But I just don't think Voltron has the respectability or the layers of meaning that either of those shows had. Basically, as a standard kind of mindless space action series, Voltron Legendary Defender is great. It has stellar animation, a hell of a variety in character, personality, and design, huge action, a basic but well-delivered story, and is generally just a lot of fun. And if you go in ready for something like that, you're going to have a grand spanking hell of a time. Just don't go in expecting Avatar levels of comprehension or profound complexibility. At least, not yet. No spoilers, but the ending of this series makes it pretty clear that the story is far from over. There is still room to grow for the series, and if there's anything Avatar did teach me, it's that these writers' content only gets better with time. Voltron Legendary Defender Season 1 walks home with a 7 out of 10. But as always, guys, if you like this video, maybe subscribe to the channel. I keep pointing up when I say subscribe. The subscribe button's not there anymore. Subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter, because that's where I post updates and stuff. Let me know what you want me to review in the future, and I will see you sometime.